share similar patterns when it comes on to certain behavior. So when you look at behavior, like KB says, you know, you start to really focus in. You know what I'm saying? So I was reacting to a video from Miss Akemi in that video. I'm like, man, damn, this is so on point. You know what I'm saying? This is so on point. So let me go live on this. I'm supposed to be live at 5:30. It's 5:29. So let me go live on this. Alright, so I'm live. Splash Digi Wagwan. Wagwan brethren. Big up yourself, Splash Digi. Yeah man, let them know, Splash Digi. Let them know. I'm pin your comment, me. I pin your comment. Let them know. Let them know, my brother. You let them know. Let them know. Let them know. Hey. Let them know. Let them know. Let them know. There was this song I used to play when I used to come on live. It's one of those songs that are not copywritten. I love it. I need to find that song back. Well, how you guys doing, man? What's going on with you? How your Saturday going? It's kind of crazy in Jamaica. Some things happened yesterday, last night. Hey, Miss Curiosity Kid, what's up? There was a power outage in the entire island. It has raised all type of conversation, conspiracy, all type of stuff, right? And I wanna call my brother. I hope he's available. I hope he's available. Let me see if I can get him. Let me see if I can get him. Oh, I'm supposed to go live on Bolo TVV as well. I'm live on Bolo VNR 2.0, Bolo VNR clips, Bolo VNR. I'm supposed to go live on Bolo TVV as well. I got a schedule, it's 5:30. Come on, man. As a matter of fact, my Bolo TV live, I should have been live like hours ago. But I fell asleep, man. I wanted to come and you know, catch the press conference from Mr. Darrell Vaz, the Minister of Energy. Obviously, you gotta give us some answers as to what is going on with the power outage for the entire island. I got an interesting thing to play, but I gotta get to the good brother, man. I gotta get to Headboy. I gotta get to Headboy and talk to him about this one. Also, I gotta log into this. Gotta log into my computer. My WhatsApp on the computer. Gotta log into that. Yeah. Where are my moderators at? My moderators, they need to have certain messages. 2 messages. So when I go live, when you come in, you immediately drop those 2 messages at all times. Jamaica in crisis. Yeah, this is the live stream that I wanted to put up. And it's so funny how God works, because the video that Miss Akemi sent me that I was like, you know, I did a year ago, man, it connects in every level. I think it's a video that will age very well. That video will age very well. You know, I was listening to myself like, man, Bolo, that boy, you haven't changed, but you know, that was some refined Bolo right there. Leuven Grand Rising to everyone. Shout out to Leuven. Shout out to the people that already hit the like button. I tell you that anything Savaz, anytime it's Savaz anywhere, you know what time it is. Any wonder he was the first at the worship. Man, what? Boy, wait till you hear this. Wait till you hear this. Wait till y'all hear this, man. Let me call Headboy, man. Wait till y'all hear this. Boy, you cannot make this up, man. I'm telling y'all, man. You cannot make this up. Where's the thing? Here it is. See if he's available. See if Headboy is available. I probably have to tell him to call me as soon as he's available. Come on in, guys. Please hit the like button. We got Island Girl. Hi, Bolo. How are you? See you keeping up the fight. Thank you, Island Girl. Yes, we are. Nadine Genius. How are you, Nadine? All right. So Headboy, I'm live right now. As soon as you're available, let me know. I want to play something, and then you hear it, and then call in right after. You understand? So yeah, I'm not gonna play it until I hear from you. All right, my brother. All right, ladies and gentlemen. Let's get into this. Can you like and share this video after subscribing? That's the question. That's the question for everybody that comes on the live. What? Can you like, share, and subscribe to the platform? We need to get the subscriptions up and the viewership up. So please share the live. Please like the live. That is the aim, ladies and gentlemen. Let me start with something powerful. Yeah, let me start with something powerful, man. All right, here we go. Why am I not hearing it? You guys are probably hearing something, but I'm not hearing it. That's interesting. I guess my Bluetooth speaker, oh yeah, I did plug it out. It's connected though. Yankee Bless, Margaret, how you doing? Blessings to you guys. Like and share up the live, trust me. This gonna be a good one. This gonna be a really good one. See there? This gonna be a really good one, ladies and gentlemen. Trust me. Thank you. Let me share my screen over here. Let me see how it look. Oh, wait a minute. What is that? How is it like that? No. I guess I'm not gonna use that one then. Oh yeah. Oh, I forgot. All right. Wonderful. This is perfect. It's already set. This one is already set where I want it to be. All right. So let me go to Colin Bell. Let me go to Colin Bell show. This is how we're gonna start it off, man. This is worth hearing again. Zulika, aka Fire Mama Jess. Yeah,
Santa Cruz right now, Madam Speaker, the conditions are utterly degrading. In January of this year, court staff were driven to fury because they were being forced to work in a building with no running water, no water for sanitation, no water for dignity. How can this administration boast of a modern justice system when our court workers cannot even wash their hands? Under this government, Madam Speaker, the wheels of justice are just turning slowly. They are grinding to a dirty halt. But the lack of water isn't even the worst part. The security infrastructure under this administration has completely collapsed. Just months ago in Santa Cruz, it was reported in the news that a member of the public barged straight into the court office and grabbed a box of legal files.
Can you imagine?
It took the court staff themselves, who are ordinary workers, not trained security personnel, to physically fight off the intruder and knock the files from his hands. This happened at the Santa Cruz courthouse in January of this year. But let us move on down the road, Madam Speaker, to Westmoreland. The Westmoreland Parish Court is out of commission. Initially, the minister boldly declared in November 2025 that the resources were available and that they were looking to secure a contractor under emergency procurement to restore the courthouse in the shortest possible time. But a few moments later,
Mighty God.
what do we hear, Madam Speaker? Now the minister says it will be too costly to repair. A total shameless flip-flop. Madam Speaker, the minister's assurances carry no weight. First, the money was there to do the repair. Now the building cannot be repaired. This isn't governance. It is pure double talk designed to hide delay and incompetence. They are talking in circles to hide the fact that they are dropping the ball and the people need justice. In light of the fact that the Westmoreland Parish Court is compromised, ordinary citizens are now forced to cross parish lines into Hanover to access the circuit court all the way in Lucy. Madam Speaker, think of the staggering economic punishment. Madam Speaker, think of the staggering economic punishment this inflicts on the people of Westmoreland.
Blessed is the man that walketh not in the counsel of the ungodly, nor standeth in the ways of sinners, nor sitteth in the seat of the scornful. But his delight is in the law of the Lord, and in his law do we meditate day and night. For we shall be like trees planted by the rivers of water, that bringeth forth our fruit in our season. Our leaves shall not wither, shall prosper. Welcome to the Colin Bell Show for this Saturday morning, the 6th day, hallelujah, of June. Whoa, whoa, whoa. No, I don't know if I might wonder.
That is
What makes you
funny,
come on,
honey.
Blessed
Funny.
is the man that
Oh my
walketh
God,
not in
that
the
is
counsel of the
funny.
ungodly, nor standeth in the ways of sinners, nor sitteth in the seat of the scornful. Hey! No weapon that is formed against I and I
Shall prosper.
shall prosper.
That is it.
And any tongue, hallelujah, that rise up against Colin Anthony Shackerfield Bell shall be condemned. Labor right lose again. That's all I'm going to say this morning. They lost another court case.
What?
I will say no more on that.
How which court case they lose?
But thanks be to God. Thanks be to God. You know, Jesus Christ, we thank you. We thank you this morning. And my listeners and viewers, I love the early bird them, all the Portland Spice ambassadors, all the Colin Shackerfield Bell supporters. But thank you for the support. I mean, there are people on this platform who've been following me from Styles FM. And when we break out and start, when we got fired at Styles, because up to now, some people can't believe I get fired. I was fired. A lot of people don't believe it. I was fired. And it is my view that my firing was based on government intervention. I was on Caribbean radio up to recently, and the show was stopped, and I don't think the show was ordinary, just stopped so.
We are said to me.
But They reach who they can reach. But we thank God for the justice system. And I've been telling you, that I still believe the judiciary in Jamaica
Yes.
is above board. I think so.
Interesting.
I think so. But you see, when you believe might can beat right,
Yes.
you will always lose. Might can't beat right. It might look like might have got through for a little time. But eventually, right is right.
Wrong is wrong.
But you see, when some people don't like you,
Yes.
it no matter if you talk truth,
Yes.
they fight you.
Yes. Yes.
It no matter if what you are saying is correct,
Yes.
they want it to look wrong.
Yes.
Tell her.
Preach.
Auntie Lynn, good morning. Erica Blair. I remember I've ever seen that name here. Morning. Wayne, morning. Nuts, morning.
Oh, what is, man?
Minty Rule, good morning to you. I have to lean back in my chair now. I have to lean back in my chair. I have to lean back in my chair now. I have to lean back in my chair. The family and friends
Marlon Mallow
of
Fort.
Comrade Desmond Lewis.
Oh.
Can't believe it all now, you know. Can't believe it all now. Comrade Desmond Lewis participated in the last local government election. And like myself, I am convinced he was robbed. Yeah. I think Desi was robbed. In my division, voting went on till about 8 p.m. That's where they stole the election from me. Up in Bellevue. And Screech, you don't understand complex matters, so sorry for you. You don't understand. In Orange Bay, in the Orange Bay division, the Orange Bay PD, Buff Bay division, voting went on up until about 9:30. And that's where I believe they robbed Desmond Lewis.
Wow.
Yeah, I think them robbed him. In my case, and I at one point I was saying that these people were in the line. But in my case, I understood that people screeching at the line all after 6 o'clock. People are walk through bush when they collect the money and go in a line.
Wow.
They were planning to rob the general election the same way. I remember said this for the first time. I went up to Bellevue and changed the plan up there. And that's how we won East Portland. Yeah. Because the same way they robbed me, they were going to rob Isaac Buchanan. And me Colin Bell go up there. About 12:30. Brethren named Antonio and another brethren. And we had to leave a strong man up there to ensure that voting came to an end at 14 minutes after 5 o'clock. Nobody joined the line after 5 o'clock in Bellevue. Me here say down Orange Bay, then go up the gully, go up the hillside, and all of them something them here. And rob Desi.
Wow.
Desi, this man here,
Felicia Fee, what's up?
died Thursday morning. I want to send condolences to the entire Buff Bay.
Felicia Fee, what's up? I was having a piece of bammy. And what them call it? What them call it something there? Mommy, what you call this something again? Saltfish, not saltfish. Mommy, Mom, what you call the meat portion? Huh? We suck the food, man. Yeah. Say that again? Mackerel rundown and bammy. Yeah. Salt mackerel. That's what I'm looking for. Salt mackerel. That's what I was chopping up. But Felicia, I'm glad that you're here. Everybody in the sector that you know, tell them to come. Yeah, man, tell them to come forward. Everybody in the sector that you know, tell them to come forward. Alright? I'm not I am not aware of all the things that are going on between people in the sector. I'm definitely not aware. I am not engaged enough to be aware. You know, sometimes I see somebody live, I come in, I say hello, I hit the like button. Sometimes I come in, I hit the like button, I don't really have time to say hello. Because I'm busy, you know, I'm doing research on topics that I'm going to cover. Right? I'm trying to find videos for references. You understand, right? But there's a video that Mr. Akemi sent me that I did a year plus ago. And that video is relevant right now. Every single content creator in the sector need to step forward. I'm telling you, every one of them, everybody, the supporters in the chat, everybody. I'm calling everybody out. Not in a negative way, but a call to action. So if you know anybody in the sector that you got their link, like whatever, tell them to come forward. Alright? Tell them to come forward. Because after I play this, I'm going to get into that video. And the video I'm about to play, if you're a Jamaican, if you're a United States, Canada, wherever you are in the world, that video stands for everybody. I'm calling everybody. We are living in some serious times, ladies and gentlemen. It's time to pull up our bootstraps and get clicking in the right ways, you heard? So I'm calling them out. I'm calling them out. Salute to all the brothers, salute to all the sisters. You heard? Hey, if they want to listen, they listen, they grown. But if they don't, hey, they also grown. But I'ma tell them. They could you like my swagger dash? Yes, sir. I need to get some more merch. KB got some new merch, man. I need to get some merch from Mob only as well. Shout out to the broski. But yeah, swagger dash. I didn't even plan. I just, you know what I'm saying? This is a coincidence that I got this on. Anyway, let's get into it, ladies and gentlemen. Let's go. Shout out to my girl Felicia Fee. You heard? Yes, yes. Remember the donation link is pinned at the top or bottom of the comment section, ladies and gentlemen. We got the Cash App, we got the Zelle, and we got the PayPal. If you're on Bolo VNR 2.0, you can become a member. You can give people memberships. You can also send super chats. Yeah, all that good stuff. And that donation link is still pinned. Please check out the poll that I got going in each of the videos. All right, let's go.
Guys, a buff day, man. And all the comrades out of buff day. I want to send condolences to you all. Everybody will know this man here. He's a firm man. My information is that he was driving somewhere down Washington Boulevard. And guess him stop and say him nah feel so well. There was a female with him and he was saying that I wonder if I had cologne. I bother him.
What?
But then the female realized him start slur.
What?
And his face bent up. That happened, I think, Wednesday. They took him to the public hospital.
Cologne?
Wednesday evening.
That sounds strange.
My information is that he spoke Thursday morning, but died shortly after.
Wow.
I want to send condolences to him, his family, his friends, the entire PNP, because he was a PNP standard bearer in the February 2024 local government election. Ran for the Buff Bay division and was robbed.
Wow.
Rest in power, Desi. Rest in power. Sadly miss. Shocking news to me. Because the man never sick. You never know if him have no ailment.
Yes.
You know, but a massive stroke, that's the information that we are getting. That he got a massive stroke.
Wow.
Never recover.
Wow.
But that's what life is about.
True.
That's what life is about. You never know
Uncertainties, you know?
when you're going to die.
Yep.
Death is the only sure thing in life.
True.
When I was growing up, I used to hear them say death and taxes. Taxes is not sure. Because if you're born as a baby and die as a baby,
you're not
you don't have to pay
tax.
no taxes.
True. Talk up
But
the
death, once you are born,
Definitely.
death is sure.
Definitely.
And that's why I tell people, The Claude Mackay poem, If We Must Die. Don't take it simple. Don't mean you have to in a ray. But it means once you are born and you get a chance to live, make your life meaningful.
Make it work, yeah. Stand for something.
Make your life meaningful.
Right. Real talk.
Yeah?
Real talk.
Make your contribution. I was watching a video this morning. And in the video, the man said, fishes were born to swim.
Mm-hmm.
They've never gone a swimming lesson. But they swim. Once they're in water, they are king of the water.
Yes.
Birds were created to fly.
Awesome. We're good now.
They've never gone to flying school and they've never gonna learn navigation.
Mm-hmm.
Because they were born to fly, so the sky is their thing.
Yeah.
Yeah? Seeds were created to grow. So once they get in the dirt, they're going to grow. They all succeed at what they are created to do.
Hey y'all,
as a man,
please
as a
remember
human
to hit
being,
the like
you are
button.
created
I
to
know
do
y'all come in sometimes
what you are created to
and
do.
y'all forget, but the main thing,
about
man,
you
y'all gotta hit the like
being in the
button,
right
man, and share the live stream. Come on
And
now.
if you are in the right space,
Stop playing.
you will be successful.
Support. The like button is free, you heard?
Rest in peace, baby. Condolences to your family, to your friends, to your comrades. May your soul rest in peace and light perpetually shine upon you, my friend.
Yeah, man, condolences, man.
Somebody who I consider my friend.
Hey, massive condolences to his family as well. When they hear Shaka Fame talk about somebody this highly, yeah, that says a lot. You know what I mean? That says a whole lot. Yeah, man. You know, say no look like Dre Bryan they go live. Me don't know what go on with him. Me don't know if I light him never have a war. Me don't know what go on. But me not see him go live. When I wait, but my father asleep. You understand?
Somebody who stand beside me, give me a whole heap of words of encouragement when other people were tearing me down.
Whoa.
You know? Big up yourself, Desi.
She's really and truly let me tell you something, Captain. I have been, and you know, you said that she is a fire mama.
Fire.
That she sat alongside.
Fire mama.
She sat alongside the fire. She sat alongside the fireman for almost 4 years where we did program legally speaking and talking land. So you know, everybody know the closeness of that. And the truth is that, Colin, I've been saying from day one that this young lady shows the requisite acumen to rise to the top of the podium over time. When you know, but she's really and truly and if you notice, Colin, what happened? Her fire representation wasn't just about her delivery, but it's a content, Colin. The content.
You know the content we are talking about, Obi. And the content, you know we go for the substance, brother. Obi, hold on.
Yeah, man.
Obi, don't say that more. Listen to this. People, and call out like justice at the peace them. Listen to this. Oh no, listen this. Listen this.
Me have to play this again. This is too powerful.
Madam Speaker, I move to address a deep inequity in our community justice system. The total lack of financial support, stipend, or expense coverage for Jamaica's justices of the peace. The Ministry of Justice expects over 7,000 JPs to render strictly voluntary service. They are forbidden. The Ministry of Justice expects over 12,000 JPs to render strictly voluntary service. They are forbidden from accepting any payment or reward, yet the state relies on them to process bail, to visit lockups, to conduct mediation. Active JPs must currently pay for their own stationery, printer, ink, travel costs for courts and prisons out of their own pockets, and even fund their expenses for serving court as lay magistrates. Madam Speaker, this is not sustainable voluntarism. It is institutional exploitation. Madam Speaker, I do not yield. I do not yield, Madam Speaker. Continuous
Member Jess.
Don't stop at all.
Embarrassing.
We need some milk.
Member Jess. Member Jess.
Press along.
Please sit. Please sit.
Press along.
Member Jess, please sit.
Press along.
Listen, you know, if you would only learn the standing orders, you see, members, I would so appreciate it. Member Jess, please take your seat. Minister Chuck, please quote the standing order number on which you are raising a point of order.
The member misleading now.
That is not a... that is not
Go ahead.
Where are Mama?
Chuck raising on a point of order when there is no point of
You need to
order.
stop.
That is funny, honny. Funny. Oh my God, that is funny.
Obi.
Yeah, Colin, I tell you something. And, you know, anytime Zelika rise in any form. I remember when she attended on a press conference and she was talking about housing. That was when the housing trust basically gave away Jamaican money to that developer that made so much money on it and did not deliver and so on.
Yes.
And she captured the attention. One will remember
Jess,
far back when she was in Central Sarandon.
So that
And there was a matter there with the chairman of the Central High School, Mr. Moran.
Not a point of order.
And when
Mr.
Moran was strong in his position and was being backed by members of the Kennedy and so on, and Jeff was the person who went there and literally lifted him out of that chairman seat.
Points of
That's the power of this young lady.
which
And I
is
dare say
subsection
that
2.
it is to show the quality, Colin, that the politics is needed.
To sit and allow the courtesy of the other members saying what their point is of interruption or clarification. And so this is another teaching moment for us. In addition to which, since I've already interrupted the member on her feet, members, allow her to do her presentation as is required in silence in the house.
I guess on that day also the opposition outnumbered the government side in the parliament. But I want her to finish this thing on the justice and peace. What's this fool?
Members, I am sure that I'll soon complete my research in dropping some additional instruments in the house that help us to hear all of these comments that I can barely hear up here.
We want to hear them too.
Would love to know what we are saying. And I would love to know.
If you say it's the people's house, we must hear everything we're talking about.
Member for St. Elizabeth Northeast, you may continue.
And I am happy about that because, hey, Steve, what's up, Steven? Salute to you. I'm leaving it on the background. How you been? Hey, appreciate you coming up, man. Thank you for the gift, my brother. And yeah, explore the membership options and stuff like that. You heard? On this platform, everything open on Bolo TV, on Bolo VNR. I suggest the Minister of Justice was intoxicated. Vernon, I don't know about all of that, but he definitely doesn't know the standing orders. That's a fact. He been in the parliament for quite some time, and he don't know the standing orders. That's crazy. But you know, hey, it is what it is, man. He embarrassed himself and his party because I remember when Andrew Wallace was stood up and said and was trying to son Mark Golding about a point of order, and look at them now. You would think that everybody on the Jamaica Labour Party side knows the standing orders to the letter because of the way how the speaker deals with the opposition. You know, it's like, oh, you guys are just so unaware and so dunce, and you guys are troublemakers. That's the posture she has with the opposition, you know. But let's continue. Zulika, just the fire mama. Let's go.
Remember, in order not to interrupt you, I'll ask the the assistant clerk to add your additional time at the end, so the mic will, the monitor will go off when you're finished.
Thank you, Madam Speaker. Madam Speaker, the Minister of Justice continues to flatly reject proposals for a stipend for JPs. He calls it a pure voluntary post, ignoring that the cost of paper, gas, and electricity makes it a luxury only the rich can afford. True justice cannot run on charity alone. The opposition demands a modernized framework for our JPs. Madam Speaker, this administration is completely out of step with global trends. There is clear established international precedent for the
We need some milk
for our JPs. Madam Speaker, this administration is completely out of step with global trends.
Emotional damage. Fully done.
Madam Speaker, this administration is completely out of step with global trends. There is clear established international precedent for the financial facilitation of JPs, proving that voluntarism does not require a person to compromise their own livelihood. The opposition urges the ministry to look across the globe and recognize how modern democracies practice or protect their JPs. In the UK, in Australia, in Canada, in those jurisdictions, JPs are also volunteers, but they receive a loss of earnings allowance and travel expenses. They do not pay out of pocket to serve the crown. The state actively reimburses them for the costs incurred while delivering justice.
Easy, Jess.
Easy.
Obi?
Yeah, I'll say one thing on that, Colin.
Yes.
And I want you listener to listen carefully.
Yes.
From time to time, we hear about justice of the peace.
Yes.
That basically charged because they attempt to collect a little money or maybe people give them a little and it is seen as bribe.
Yes.
What Zelika suggests in her presentation that could eliminate all of this. So
Yes.
Yes.
It's also something that could help to stem what could proceed to be corruption.
Of course.
But Obi, a lot of JP in some communities cannot afford to do the things that are required of them either.
Yeah, true, man.
Because as Jess correctly mentioned, you want a printer as a JP.
Yeah.
You have to ink is so expensive.
What's up, Merle? Happy Saturday.
Yeah. You have to go to the court. You have to go to the prisons. How you going to afford all of this?
How so?
For nothing. That's what the government is saying, that to be a JP you need to be rich.
Yes.
That's the point, Colin. And as I said, in the discussion that I had with her on Thursday, I said, listen, the truth is that a lot of our justice of the peace are from the poorest of the poor.
True.
They are basically there because they are known, they have notoriety, and they really and truly want to serve their country and their people. So to ask them to do all of those things out of pocket, Colin, it is indeed unconscionable. And as the spokesperson, Justice and MP for North East would have said, the minister and the government must get with modern trend, best practices across the world.
Definitely, and that is something that we're going to look at further. But Obi, this next clip that I am going to play, God Almighty, this next clip here that I am going to play, people, like up the video, because Fire Muma touch on something that my lawyer called on the Governor General to pardon a man. But I love how Zelika just put it in the parliament. Listen this, Obi.
I would be the first to join any sensible effort to be tough on crime because it is a monster that must be tamed and eliminated. That said, it befuddles me as to why we would seek to use a hammer to hit a mosquito. This administration passed a law so poorly thought out that it has ceased to protect the public and has instead made criminals out of non-violent Jamaicans, including creatives. Just weeks ago, Madam Speaker, a music producer was slapped with a mandatory minimum 15-year sentence. Not for a real weapon, but for imitation firearms used as props in music videos. Not a single bullet could ever leave those plastic barrels. Yet this government used a 15-year sledgehammer to crush a creative professional who posed no threat to public safety. A prominent defense defense attorney recently lamented the sheer absurdity of this regime by revealing that the state actually wasted time and precious resources conducting ballistic tests on a cardboard cutout of a gun. Cardboard.
So, shout out to Zulika, Jess. Now, for my international audience, you did not hear doubles. Your hearing is very, very good. That is a cardboard. Do I have a piece of cardboard here? This is a piece of paper, but it is thick enough that thicker than this would be a cardboard. My Jamaican people know everybody know what cardboard is, because your delivery, you know, the things that you order online come in your cardboard boxes. Well, in Jamaica, the government of Jamaica, the Jamaica Labour Party led by Andrew Michael Holness, right? They put out a law that says that if you have an imitation firearm, now in law, when it comes on to wording, you have to be very specific in law, because if you don't, it's left up to interpretation, and that can be dangerous for persons that actually is going before the court. So the law has to be very meticulous in its meaning and very direct, open, clear, and cogent, so everybody can understand what the law is saying. So it's not misinterpreted and then persons go to jail for a long time, right? And you make you know, criminals out of good citizens in a country. Well, this government did not see it that way, you know. They put out a law that if you have an imitation firearm, so if I was to cut this piece of thing right here and let it look and appear to be a gun, and the police catch me in Jamaica, I would be locked up and I would serve a mandatory term of 15 years in prison because of an Andrew Holness-led government. If you think I'm lying, just wait for it. What is embarrassing, however, ladies and gentlemen, and evil and the monstrous about this law is that persons have gone to prison for it. And they have spent money. Listen to what she's saying. Money to run ballistics. You know, when you shoot a gun and you want to know, you know, bullet, if it was gun was fired, all of these things, ballistics. They ran ballistics in a lab on a cardboard gun. You can't make this up. Only in Jamaica, only under the Jamaica Labour Party. It's like they want to fill up the prisons or label people as criminals, so when the police them analyze them, they tell you that, oh, you know, they're criminals under this government. I call it subtle genocide. Very subtle, because it makes no damn sense. But anyway, let's continue.
Madam Speaker, under this government, a cardboard cutout is being taken to a government lab to test if it can fire a bullet. Government forensic experts are performing ballistics on cardboard. Madam Speaker, this Parliament must act without delay. We must urgently amend this law to restore full unrestricted sentencing discretion to our judges, and we must make these amendments retroactive, so those currently suffering under this legislative failure can have their sentences reviewed. Madam Speaker.
Cardboard, Obi.
Cardboard.
Cardboard. And you know,
Cardboard sent to a government forensic lab. What buffoonery.
Sure.
What rubbish.
You know, darling, and what happened? She took along with her, lest anybody don't know what cardboard is.
Cardboard. Hey, Obi, not cardboard. Cardboard.
Cardboard.
Yes.
Yes.
The native tongue call it cardboard.
Cardboard, yeah, same stuff.
Oh, Jesus Christ. Yeah?
You know, Colin, the presentation was really just wide-ranging because she also touched on another thorny issue, the whole business of the court there that assists persons who are out of pocket there.
Oh, you're talking about legal aid.
the legally thing.
Me never
You know,
I want the OB because there was so much. There was so hold on OB. Listen to that piece here. Somebody call Shane Darling for me. Listen to that piece here. The kind of thing Fire Boomer did that play. Fire Boomer was on
Johnny, what's
fire.
up?
Like how me say up on camp the fire last night. Fire Boomer was blazing. Listen to this.
Blazing.
Madam Speaker,
Yeah.
if we needed any further proof that the administration of firearms in this country is broken from the top down, we need to look no further than the Integrity Commission's own report 37 of 2026. That report tabled yesterday found that the Firearm Licensing Authority, under the watch of its Chief Executive Officer, Mr. Shane Darling, presided over a vault where ammunition belonging to private citizens went missing. A computer system that was deliberately manipulated to destroy the livelihood of a licensed dealer using the identity of a man who was already dead. And the server whose catastrophic failure conveniently erased the very evidence that would have identified who gave the order. Madam Speaker, a man who runs an authority where the dead are used to falsify records, where vault doors cannot account for what is inside them,
Great.
and where evidence disappears without consequence, has no business holding public office. The People's National Party therefore calls unequivocally and without reservation for Mr. Shane Darling to resign immediately.
Emotional damage.
The People's National Party therefore calls unequivocally and without reservation for Mr. Shane Darling to tender his immediate resignation.
So
Immediately.
there you have it. She called for the resignation of Shane Darling in the House of Representatives.
And Colin,
Yes.
Colin,
Yes.
she buttressed her point by highlighting those very, very, very critical things that were flagged in the IC report, and the Minister of National Security have no shame, nothing about him. How can a Minister of National Security, after those things were flagged by the IC report, said that the government reposed confidence in the FLA under the watchful eyes of Shane Darling?
Hey, let me tell you something, man. These particular conversations cannot be a 9-day wonder. We should be calling on the Shane Darling resignation every day. And civil society groups need to join in. The same way you had the 28 of them that talked about the Naira bill. This is a similar crisis. You're talking about private citizens leaving their ammunition in a vault and it cannot be accounted for. It lost. Dead man a buy bullets. What the hell is going on in Jamaica? Manipulation of systems and data, and then the evidence to show who manipulated it just crashed. We can't get any evidence to prove who did it. Jamaica, this is dangerous. And the head of the stream of FLA is Shane Darling. He has to go. These things cannot happen under your watch. Listen to me. It doesn't matter who it is. I keep saying this. It's not about personalities. It's about accountability. If I give you a job, right, and you jeopardize the reputation of my institution by your performance as a leader, it doesn't matter if somebody under you is the one that is to be blamed. It happened under your watch. You are my watchful eye as the owner, as the person that I put there to run it. So that level of incompetence in terms of the FLA that gives out licensed firearm, that's dangerous. You understand? And we see, who remember Mr. Paul Buchanan, ladies and gentlemen? And Mr. Paul Buchanan has a case with Andrew Wallace, 22nd of June. I am counting down the days, because I'm very interested. 16 days from now, ladies and gentlemen. 2 weeks and 2 days. 2 weeks and 2 days. Mr. Paul Buchanan will be in front of the court, and the court will decide whether or not the election between him and Andrew Holness, the Prime Minister of Jamaica, will be redone. Because of evidence of high levels of tampering in regards to the voting process. And he has multiple testimonies from people, and it only takes one, according to the law. One testimony for that to be rerun. And he says that if this judicial system does not do their job, he's going to the Privy Council. Someone wanting to pray for Paul Buchanan. You understand? Keep that man in your prayers. Because I'm telling you, that is the energy we need. That is the fire we need. The fearlessness we need to stand up against fear. You feel me I deal with? Yes. So ladies and gentlemen, please remember the 22nd of June, Paul Buchanan, thank you mommy. Paul Buchanan, case. Paul Buchanan case, ladies and gentlemen.
It is embarrassing, it is disgraceful, and there's no way that Shane Darling should continue to be the head of such a critical organization. This is an organization that is responsible for bullets, for guns, for all sorts of things, and you have these sort of egregious situation happening, and somebody have to tell this man to resign. Let alone the minister himself.
Hold on. Listen to a little more, Frances. She never done.
Because this is leadership that upholds the law, not leadership that the Integrity Commission itself has found wanting. Madam Justice, the people.
Hold on.
Leadership that the Integrity Commission itself has found wanting.
Hold on, Obi. Hold on. When she said that, you know what came to my mind? The Prime Minister of Jamaica.
When she said that.
Madam Speaker, the people need justice.
When she said that, Obi.
The people need justice.
Yeah. Mute your TV, Obi. Mute your TV. When she said that, the Prime Minister of Jamaica came to my mind.
Uncertified.
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 So what do you expect from the security minister? When Mark Wallen said from the head of the stream dirty, the entire stream dirty.
I think you need to bust that clip that this morning.
Government cannot liberate the people. If the head of the stream is corrupt, the entire river will be also.
People don't know so me have them thing there on my soundboard, right? You know me not play. You know I got those things on my soundboard. My soundboard is not yet full enough. Shout out to Selvanev, my honorable member of the platform. You understand? Big supporter of the platform. Got me 3 key equipment, new microphone, this box right here, and this particular soundboard. So I haven't even loaded it up yet because there's an unlimited amount of things I can put on there. But I got the sounds, man. Trust me. They couldn't find it, but I got it. Yo, man, I'm gonna make somebody tell Colin Bell to make somebody set up a system where you can use the soundboard like that. You understand? Buy a soundboard and load it up for him. I know say alright, you have to know the soundboard because there's different sounds and you have to remember what you write down in terms of this one is for this, that one is for that, like this one.
Stop lying! Stop lying! Stop lying. Stop.
You guys know who that is, right? Mr. Louis Farrakhan, Honorable. You understand? Yes. Let's continue.
You can't find it. I think you need to play the clip if you can't find it. Colin, the truth is that this is why the people of Jamaica, decent people in Jamaica and thinking people, continue to have no confidence in Nara. No confidence in Nara. And again, it is not about building facilities in Jamaica or anything.
Was Anthony Anderson chairman of the FLA? Chairman of the board?
I don't recall. I don't recall that at all. No.
That is your homework.
No,
that is one of your homework. But Obi, she never stopped there. She never stopped there.
No, not at all.
That's why I tell you, say the woman, me not call her Zelika just no more. When you know hear me say fire mama, you must know. Say me a refer to Zelika Jess, the fire mama. She blaze another fire on the police commissioner. Listen to fire here.
Yeah, man.
requires us to confront the dangerous rhetoric coming from the very top of our justice system. Instead of demanding accountability, the Minister of Justice recently responded to these tragedies by declaring that the law allows police to use reasonable force, including deadly force, to stop a fleeing suspect.
Watch it.
To tell a grieving, terrified nation that running away gives the state a legal right to execute you on the streets is a grave mistake. The engines of justice demand protection of the right to due process. The engines of justice demand a fair trial. The engines of justice demand the presumption of innocence. Running away must never become an automatic death sentence, nor can we allow the ministry to rewrite the law to justify street-side executions. Madam Speaker, equally troubling is the police commissioner's dismissive response. Madam Speaker, might I have your protection?
Burn them.
Madam Speaker, equally troubling is the police commissioner's dismissive response, defending police failures as being viewed through the lens of hindsight. But when lives are lost, evaluating police actions is not an exercise in hindsight. It is a demand for foresight. It is a demand for training. It is a demand for the use of body-worn cameras, and it is a demand for basic human rights. Police commissioner, in the wake of public outcry, tells rank-and-file officers not to become paralyzed by criticism. He is building a wall of institutional arrogance. He is telling his men that they are above the law, above the people, above accountability. Madam Speaker, the people need justice. Following the devastation of Hurricane Melissa, our people were promised relief. Donors sacrificed and gave generously to help families rebuild. Over 1.44 billion in cash donations poured into government hands. Yet according to the Auditor General's report, this administration only spent a measly, insulting 1.8% of those funds. While many Jamaicans are still sleeping under tarpaulins, while schools remain damaged, while small business owners are struggling to rebuild, millions of dollars sit idle in government hands. Only 1.8% has trickled down to poor Jamaicans who lost everything.
Fireman.
Yes, Colin. More fire. Colin, just by way of report, as we speak right now, another power outage. I am somewhere within the belt between Old Harbour to Maypen, and there is outage right now as we speak. It just went.
So any report on what happened last night as the entire island lost power? Obi?
Colin?
Any report?
I'm on data now.
Any report of what happened last night?
The Wi-Fi is out and the power. No, we have not heard anything. I gather that there will be a press conference at midday today. I gather that there is a communique out from the Minister of Energy that there will be a
press conference.
A press conference, and in that he said that what happened last night certainly is unacceptable. But as I said, even now, as we speak, there is a power outage right now where I am at.
Wow, Jamaica is in trouble. The ship, the aircraft carriers left?
Yeah, well,
left yesterday.
Going by the report, it should have left our store yesterday.
But I was listening, I was on this morning, and Derval live in Kingston, and Derval said I was on live this morning early, and both of you and our clips, and Derval said that the ship was still there. I don't know if it's still there now. That was earlier this morning. I don't know if the ship left, but hey, that's what he said. Let's continue.
So I'm taking it that they actually, I've heard nothing to say otherwise.
Brother?
I've heard nothing to say otherwise. But I can tell you, Colin, and let me just close out, what a presentation there by Zalika.
No, I have one more clip to play. I have one more clip to play from her and I'm playing it. I have one more clip to play from her and I'm playing it.
Yes. Yes.
So, let me take the final clip from her because political victimization is out there as well. And I know the whole I clip them I play, but me have to play this one here. Listen this.
Have to play it.
Petitions in northeastern St. Elizabeth have been completely left off the Spark program. Not one single road was selected from the Braze River Division. Not one single road was selected from Silo Division. Not one single road was selected from Balaclava Division. Not one. The 3 divisions represented by the People's National Party have been completely starved of resources on the Spark. They have received 0 road allocations on the Spark. This is not justice. This is political victimization. This is the weaponization of public funds. This is the weaponization of public funds to punish people for how they vote. It is corrupt, it is malicious, it is a dangerous denial of justice to the thousands of people in northeastern St. Elizabeth, and the people need justice. Madam Speaker, we envision a justice system where if you run in fear from a system that terrorizes you, you are not executed on the streets. We see at Jamaica where top-paying jobs in multi-billion-dollar state agencies are distributed by merit and not by DNA. True justice cannot exist when the hiring process somehow conveniently narrows down to a branch on the family tree. Justice belongs equally to the farmer in Monique, the vendor in Santa Cruz, the fisherman in Black River, and the child growing up in every district across this country. Under the leadership of Mark Golding, that is the Jamaica we seek to build, and that is a fight we will wage from the halls of this parliament to the streets.
From the halls of this parliament to the street. Fire
Jamaica, talking about justice. I am so proud of the Maroon Chief. Look at this. That's a solar powered system right there for the entire village. Look at that. Look at that. This man is doing more for his, the Chief Curry is doing more for his people. Let me tell you something. I say this without fear or favor or contradiction. If Chief Curry was the Prime Minister of Jamaica, with the resources that the government has and his, his character and his diplomacy, oh my God. Oh my God. What? Do you see how Chief Curry worked for the people in Maroon? You know what is going to happen? Let me tell you what is going to happen. If Chief Curry is left alone, undisturbed, to work for his people, they are going to be more resilient and self-serving and self-reliant as a village, as a community, than the entire Jamaica. Let me say that again. Them are going to blow past way. And it's not because them have more resources. It's because with the resources that they do have, they make the most of it to benefit the people. This government, they want to fill their pockets and them Benz Punani pocket. You understand? Their friends, them cousin, them relatives. That's who they want to fill their pockets. They don't want to empower the people that is in the country. Right? They work backwards. Because once you empower the people, the island itself is going to elevate, Automatically, everybody is living better. These are simple maths. But it shows you that they really don't have any intention to elevate the people of Jamaica. That's what it shows you. And who has a problem with what I'm saying? Please repent. Because I never said anything about PMP or JLP. I said the people of Jamaica, collectively, all of us. If you don't want to see your fellow man, every person, woman, child, everybody, rising to their potential, then you are the problem. You are the problem. Not me. You are the problem. Let's continue. And you cannot argue to me that what the government has been doing in the last 10 years is actually propelling us to that eventuality. No. A few people, the 5% or maybe 1% of Jamaica is getting extreme wealth. As a matter of fact, some of the persons them that is little bit outside of that 1% or 5%, their businesses are suffering as well. They are locking this down, shutting that down. They are complaining. So when you see the big boys that have their money that has been established for 30, 25 years in business, is actually saying, wait a minute, no man, yo, we need to get it together. This is, what is the government doing? You can imagine what is happening to the regular Joe that doesn't even work a minimum wage. That's a hustler. They live day by day trying to put something in their mouths. Don't have a stable a stable place to live. Man, man, shout out to Chief Curry, man. Shout out to Chief Curry. I'm gonna move on. Let me find that video that Miss Akemi sent to me. I wanted to touch on the blackout, but it looked like my good brother is observing the Sabbath. When the Sabbath done? When the Sabbath done, mommy? When the Sabbath done? No, 6 o'clock? Yeah, when the Sabbath done. Okay, so he's supposed to finish her now. Only if I Sabbath him, he's observing. See me can call him again. Really want to get him, you know. He's a busy man still, you know. He's a businessman, you know. Headboy is a businessman, so you know. Huh? Yeah, that too. Because he's a man like that, giving him faith. You understand? I try him again still. You know, I don't really call him, you know. I don't really call nobody for that matter still. I don't know, you know what I'm saying? Hey, what go on, Headboy? You good? Sound like you wake up, man, like you wanna sleep. Okay. I don't know if you're available, but yeah, I don't. Okay, wonderful. I don't know if you're available. I want you to come on the show, and I want you to listen to something, and then me call you. Because I want you to speak on it, alright? No, man, I can hear you good, man. I can hear you good. Alright? Yes, perfect. Wonderful. So, Headboy is coming in the building, ladies and gentlemen. So I can share what I wanted to share with you now, because I want him to call immediately after. And then, you know, because, boy, Headboy has been on point, ladies and gentlemen. Headboy.
This is I was plain to see. I don't know what's that cute, my brother.
Alright. Right there, sir. Mr. Waynelone, sir.
Watch was concealed, so.
Alright, back.
Yes, and them lie. And them deceitful. When him come and talk, yes, sir, you're embarrassed. It's an embarrassment to the office where you hold. Converse. Because there is no way you address the people them and say 500,000 or 700,000. It has to be one. JP used to tell us, boy, I'm turning on 100,000. I'm turning on. You can. This is garbage. Okay. All right, I'm going to call my bedroom.
Alright, so ladies and gentlemen, in this one, we want to examine a voice note that Mr. Waynelone played on his platform. He's a soldier, he said, right? And this is in regards to the blackout that happened island-wide in Jamaica, June 5th, 2025 at 9:02 p.m. Listen to this. Oh my God, I'm sorry. Sorry about that, guys. Please remember to like and share the video. In this one, I want to go over a clip that Mr. Lonesome played of a soldier. giving his commentary on the blackout that happened in Jamaica at June 5th, 2026, 9:02 p.m. And then I'm gonna call Headboy to give his commentary on it. Trust me, you don't want to miss this one. Share this, tell everybody. All right, let's go.
Yeah, man, look, when we say army man, you say army man. No play with me. You say army man. You say army close that, right? Okay. And that's another Jamaican man now over there. So in that Jamaican army before. When we say we get him. You see? Army man. When we say we call army man, we call army man. We say we can't get him. Pick up family, pick up. You know if I do something right now, but one thing, pick up army people. Yeah. Let me hear what I say to me, yes, sir. I'm saying something to me, yes, sir. Let me just play this. Hear this.
Yo, weird. Well, I'm there. I listened to your knockings last night and this morning. You want to know? Don't tell you what one. It's in the power outage thing there. It was concealment for something. Here, remember me telling you. It was concealment for something. The fire again. I'll get more fun than means over there in the whole March quarters area. But we don't confirm fully just here yet. But as far as the power outage is concerned, remember the man in carrier coming at Kingston Harbor. There is a group which normally about 6 to 7 more ships. Nobody never see them because them stand off outside of you. Yeah? And we know that carrier did it. And we believe that so-called goodwill something other player and the people have ideas and we try to have the people in Cuba. You know, we can't trust them people when they plan to do something.
I don't know if you're hearing that clearly, but he's saying that there's 6 to 7 more ships, entities or subs that come with that particular vessel. It doesn't come alone. You understand? There are support teams that are there, but they stood off. You understand? They're in the distance wherever they are. That's what he's saying. Let's continue.
So let me see that you are now. The years of the carrier group did a move to that place, that move to that carrier. So you know, I honestly tell you, the carrier group go down, right? The carrier move, and I come at that, especially what? Where you say that them all say, them I think that them are going to put off telecommunications equipment of our Poland. That soccer coming by submarine last night. You ever said to you? That surfaced just before they cut off the power. Okay.
Jamaica, you hear that? The man said as he believe he got word that a submarine surfaced just before them cut off the power last night, all island wide. Listen more. And they're setting up a telecommunications thing. Listen more.
As me get from a little rumbling, so I hear some song out of port that from the sea, but then say, not even from cruise ship. They never hear that song they come.
For the people in Portland, obviously one person could not have heard that sound. And last night when you guys had a blackout, Celine, if you're in the building or Kimon, my East Portland people them, did you guys hear a sound last night? That sounded not even like a cruise ship. It was a weird sound. Same time when the light blackout. If after Headboy talk to me, you can call me, let me know. Let's continue.
See? So, an easy thing for your sound come up quickly. Them have craft where they can launch from the sound for bring equipment come and show for set up there. Electronic equipment where they want to use to work against Cuba from the North Coast. Portland, St. Mary region.
Yeah.
Especially about for Bay Valley where they can access it. There are people that even know. That's so much of an area there where people can access. Yeah? With vars and fame attitude, you know, that's something like an open area and the lockdown. Yeah? I honestly feel that power outage last night killed the whole power break from the country. Because that thing's so layered that they can shut off one street or one district rather than cut down the whole country.
Jamaica, when you hear that? Their power grid is so layered. One thing can just shut off the entire system. So the man said him believe, based off of female intelligence, where him get, because him a soldier. Say the man them come in with a sub, bring in some equipment for some telecommunication setup, and he's saying right there in Portland and other areas on the North Coast, there are areas that is inaccessible to the public that would be perfect for them to set up some type of system to go against the Cubans them. Let's continue.
The whole country, when that happened, people can give everybody a duck for their yard. And some just come up, put out the equipment with a SEAL team or engineers team, we call them, and go set up some, taking back your little vote, talking about the business, while them get them move. Because there's no telling. It is almost plain to see. They might go after Cuba, brother. See? So, you're definitely track with them want to something to Cuba. After all, we get from Jamaica, but say, the people there don't care about Cuba and don't care about Jamaica neither. And then we just use Jamaica and let Jamaica to the dogs right after that. So, keep an eye on it. I think I had one last night. Alright? Cool.
Right.
So Jamaica, when you hear that, me I call Headboy immediately. Me not even wait. Me I call Headboy immediately. You understand? Hold on a minute. I heard one person, me I call it now. Oh. Okay, what you say? Can't find microphone. What am I saying? Oh. Yes, Headboy.
You hear me?
Yes,
You hear
man.
me?
Me I hear you, man. Talk your thing, boy. Me I tell you, say I hear a moment this.
Well, remember, I have been saying this for how much days now?
A few days now, a few days. I mean, from this system forward, from the money
Yes,
forward.
I've been saying that.
Yep.
I've been install a radar in Portland.
You're gone. Your system start your
I'm
problem.
not surprised that they have.
Your system gone. You're in and
Better
out.
now?
You're in and out. Go ahead, I'm here.
I don't know. Right, so I'm saying I am not surprised.
Yes.
Yeah, I am not surprised that the soldier would have alluded to what I've been saying from week, that they would be installing a system there. Yeah?
But he's not just alluding, He's saying that he got reports about some weird sounds in Portland. You understand? So that kind of
Absolutely.
significant. Yeah.
So that is one more again that we have proven once again that when we speak, we don't just speak from a position of just wanting to give malice, but a position of understanding, and we have little we know together we intel. Yeah.
Right. Mighty God. And for the listeners, I don't know if you guys heard, but Headboy was on several platforms. My own as well. He called Andre. He called, I think Colin Bell. I think he called Colin Bell too. And he spoke about this. He was asking the question. He was asking. Yeah. Go ahead, Headboy.
No, right. No, so I'm saying that you're correct. That I did it with multiple platforms, and I mean Mystic Sensation, Colin, Andre, even Brother Perry, yourself.
Yes.
So I practically was on every platform from week sharing that there is going to be the installation of a radar in Portland.
I tell you, when I heard this clip this morning, because I was listening to it this afternoon, I said no. First thing I did when I go live was call you, because I said, man, I forget it for the program to come hear this and speak to it. You know what I mean? It couldn't have been more on point. And when you look at it, it would be the thing that would make the most sense.
Remember that the ship came not just as a whole, but there was multiple parts of the ship.
Exactly, that's what he was saying.
As he alluded.
Yeah.
Right. So it had the different arms of it that really never came on land. but would have surfaced during that time. And what is interesting to note is I'm seeing a document circulating that the country will be locked down for 2 hours because of some bomb threat. I don't know how true that document is. I don't see the office of the Prime Minister or anything, any government logo on it. So for now, I will say it's not true. But something is happening that is not adding up. And the gentleman is right in saying how the grid works is that the grid was designed now that it prevents having an all-island shutdown. Because there are mechanisms in the grid that would safeguard against that. So I don't understand how we have a conversation now about the grid and being shut down totally and the country was in blackout when the system is designed that if Westmoreland not have lights, St. James can. Yeah?
Exactly. That was one of the most common sense things we was looking at, like, yo, how is JPS system this vulnerable?
But I am saying to people, don't just be caught up in the Cuba situation alone. I am of the view that this is a stunt from JPS to get some more money.
Oh, very interesting. I mean, they're multitasking.
And I'll tell you why. Because if the grid was never designed that way to not operate a particular to have put it in a way in which saying that it could be broken apart and segmentized in such a way that what happens in one of the parishes don't affect what happens in the the other 13. So to come and say to us now that they might want more funds in terms of a loan because the grid is not working. I don't see why they would make that argument if they're looking more money.
Yeah, I see what you're saying on that. Well, if they're not going to be shy to come out and talk about it, So we're going to hear.
But remember who is there, Remember that the minister who is there is the minister who just take all $130 million or $3 million and buy Starlink and no business. So
exactly.
There's nothing preventing them from bamboozling and Jones and Derek and Favor Williams again and get some more money. Guys, but I don't want to subject it to that alone.
Like up the live.
As I say, there's two aspects to it. So obviously there's the aspect where we know their income. Remember they get paid, We saw that they got paid this week when they received the $2.5 million from the US.
Yes.
So they have been paid to destabilize Cuba, and they are now going to be paid again by JPS if JPS come back and say them want a loan, because obviously some of it will be for the person who guaranteed the loan, and I didn't call nobody name. So
mighty God,
we are prepared to look even further. When you and looking beyond, you would realize that at Petrojam, there's now been the appointment of the minister's best friend.
Who is that?
Danville Walker.
No, sir. No, what the hell is going on, man? We're really going in Jamaica. Danville Walker.
That ministry in itself is a ministry of wonder. Yeah, it's the same ministry that the telecommunications and the ministry of aviation is in. And that aviation would require that airport, Ken Jones, possibly would be one of the sites for a radar system because it's on the northeast coast. It's the only airport outside of Ian Fleming. But the rich and mighty would not want a radar to be set up at Ian Fleming. Yeah? So,
but Headboy,
they would.
Headboy, isn't Danville Walker the individual that Daryl Vaz had some controversy with in regarding the purchasing of the buses?
Yes, he was the appointee at the trade board. He was the one who said that the buses were new buses when he know the damn buses were old.
Mighty God. No, sir. What a tangled web we
He facilitated. No, but let me just be direct, you know. Because I don't want to waste the Jamaican people time by going around, beating around the bush. The truth be told, Bolo, is that he's being sent to Petrojam because Philip Paulwell will reveal on a program, and for persons who don't listen to radio in the mornings, please try and subscribe and listen to Conrad O'Brien on the fireman always ablaze the fire on Sleek 93 FM radio.
And he's live on YouTube as well. So if you don't want to go for radio, you can catch him on the YouTube.
Right, you go on his channel, which is Conrad O'Brien or Conrad OB the fireman, and you could get him on his page. But he interviewed Philip Paulwell to make this thing quick, and he did say, Philip Paulwell did say that he's of the view that the government is trying to sell Petrojam. And now you see a private sector seller, a capitalist, a vulture capitalist, someone who has lived his life of just selling out government assets, come now to occupy Petrojam in his old age. Man, not even 100% mobile in the sense of his mobility, in terms of his physical mobility.
Oh, Danville Walker really him lame out like that right now?
Yeah, based upon what I'm told, he's suffering a severe back problem. So in bending.
Wow.
Yeah?
Oh wow.
But I don't know if he has done surgery and resolved the issue, but nevertheless I am saying what skills that Danville Walker has that nobody else in Jamaica can have, that they can offer to Petrojam. Why is this, we're seeing this thing where you're just going for the old boys club, and the young people in Jamaica who supported the JLP should be ashamed? Because why it is that you can come from school, get your master's degree, haven't done 3 or 4 years in Petrojam, why can't you be promoted to even deputy manager or general manager if you have been there for 10 or 15 years?
Not to conflate issues, but when you look at the Anthony Anderson appointment, we're asking the same questions.
It's the same. No, that is the litmus test, that's the playbook.
Mm-hmm.
That is where that is the place of the play. Remember, that's the Don of the Don plays, a man sit down in Washington, set him do an interview for 1.5 or 2 hours, and it was a rigorous interview. and out of 200 persons, he is the preferred picker. Having had a job in Washington at the embassy. My issue is why he should give back his salary, because whilst he was there, he was not doing his work, because there's no way he could have had time to sit down to interview him for a job as the head of NARA, when his priority should have been defending Jamaicans in New York who ICE was attempting to detain. Yeah? Right. So, I find it very strange that these people are now coming and talking to us as if they think that we are some dummy. But, I am not surprised that Andrew Holness has literally bent over in a way that, and I don't really like to use the terminology, but I'm going to use that Andrew Holness has actually politically prostituted himself in a way that he can no longer say no to the United States. And it is not saying, we're not saying that Jamaica should not have good relations with the United States. In fact, we should have the best relations with the United States. But it should be relations on the basis that it respects our right to have our friends as well.
Mutual respect.
Mutual respect, of course, and understanding that we all coexist in a world, and that Cuba is our neighbor, and therefore it is within our right. And we should be leading to show that Andrew Holness and Kamina Johnson Smith has no respect across CARICOM. they should be the ones to be leading the peace discussion between the United States. If you're any self-respecting person and you say you have such a great relationship with the United States, shouldn't that relationship be tested for what it is truly worth?
Of course, of course.
And what better test than this to say, look here, we have Petrojam, which is an entity owned by the government of Jamaica. We are going to sell oil to our brothers and sisters in Cuba, in keeping with the fact that we have our citizens there and we have persons who are of Jamaican descent who live in Cuba, who have family there. We have Jamaicans who have family in Cuba and who are Cubans. Yeah? And as such, we need to, who were born in Cuba, have generations of descendants back in Jamaica as well. So the reality of it is that we have a responsibility to our people. And if Cuba wants to purchase oil from us, we should not be afraid to say we are going to sell them because it only argues better for us, better than make some money.
And you know, this is a hypothetical, but can you imagine if Cuba had the same DNA and character as a country like Iran?
Well, the USA would not be behaving the way they are behaving now.
But I'm thinking about Jamaica in terms of how we have dealt with this situation. How would Cuba be looking at us if they had that same mentality as Iran?
No, don't think that they don't have the same mentality, because for 1 minute I want nobody in Jamaica to think that if the Jamaicans continue to facilitate the use of Jamaica as a launching pad against Iran, launching pad against Cuba, that Cuba will respond, and respond they will, and respond they must. So don't for a minute think that Cuba will not respond. I don't rule it out on the Cubans that if they feel that a missile was launched from Portland, for example, that they would respond in kind.
It's funny you should say that, because I was live this morning and Sydney came on and said, "Oh, man, see a missile, the man them a move." And I said, "Sydney, missile." I said, "No, man, me no feel so, man." So really funny you should have said that.
No, they're preparing to launch. As I said to the people, and I said it on Andre program the other night. I said on Andre that the attack will not be now because everybody is watching. What they will do is upon the departure, they would have installed the system so they know how to gather. And between now and the 4th of July, there will be an attack. Don't be surprised if you hear on the 4th of July that there's an attack from the Americans, because they want to go into the holiday to say that they have invaded Cuba, something that no president has been able to do before.
Wow.
Yeah?
That would be unique symbolism indeed. Real talk.
Of course. And remember, this is not that anybody tell us these things. We are actually reading and seeing the signs, and we're able to predict.
Following the patterns and certain statements that are being made, yeah?
Absolutely. What better time would be for his friends down in South Miami, like Narco Rubio. I don't call him Marco Rubio, and I say Narco Rubio, yeah? Because he's always popping a pill and putting it in his mouth.
Mighty God.
So Rubio is somebody who would definitely, and his fellow gang members in Miami would be happy to celebrate that they have invaded Cuba on the 4th of July.
Wow.
But if we listen to Bruce Golding this week, there is hope, and I must commend former Prime Minister Bruce Golding, a Prime Minister who is one of the few Labourites that I have had the greatest respect for. Bruce Golding is a gentleman. Bruce Golding was a man ahead of his time, and also was a Prime Minister who was never really given the chance to lead because of the party he found himself in. But Bruce Golding pointed out that Raul Castro said to him when he went to Cuba in 2009, as he was Prime Minister, and they honored Bruce Golding, that Cuba is willing to repay, as if you want to call it for a better word, repatriations for the properties they took from America. Because people need to understand that what Rubio and his friends are upset about is that Cuba, when the revolution came, they inadvertently took all of the land of the wealthy American companies and distributed them back to the people as it ought to have been. So, because of that, you find that they're upset. You're with me?
Oh, yeah. I'm listening, my brother. I'm listening. Go ahead.
Yeah. So that is one of the fundamental issue for them. So Bruce Golding said to him that if they would be willing, and that's Raul, that they'd be willing to pay, that they could value what the assets were at the time that they were taken, and they would then pay over a period of time into a fund that is set up and managed in escrow, so the families and companies that lost their income could have been repaid. But for that to happen as well, there has to be dialogue around the fact that we'd have to remove the embargo so that they could in fact earn money so they could repay in that fund. And that way, the parties that felt aggrieved would have been satisfied, because at least some generations would have been received some form of earnings from what would have been rightfully theirs at the time. So, Jamaica really should be playing an active role in trying to bring this thing to an end if we had a different prime minister. Right. But unfortunately, we're stuck with, as Waynelone they like to call him, and these days I am feeling so happy when I hear the name Broke Kitchen. Yeah, so we have a prime minister that they dub Broke Kitchen. And he has no moral authority to lead, because he's a businessman. He's busy selling himself to the highest bidder and has no principles upon which to stand. And that's the position that we find ourselves in. And I don't join the notion that nobody went up and the fire up at JDF as I go, because I certainly know I have to give a few words on that one. The fire at JDF, Bolo, should not be surprising to people, because in the midst of money running again, you think the ordinary man could go up at JDF for light fire?
Mighty, exactly. Reggie, all of it is just crazy, man. I'm telling you.
So I'm not even going to go in and not in depth with that, more than just ask the question. If you think no ordinary man in Jamaica will be mad in the head to go light fire, not even a madman will go up camp go try light the camp. So
I wonder if it's the same liquid them they use in the Eventide home.
Well, I don't think that alone. I think somebody is looking some money to rebuild the camp and to rebuild the place under Nara.
Mighty God, hey, boy, easy, no? Movie, I hear this, that makes sense, no?
No, but you see, the problem with you guys in Jamaica is that you think too much of Andrew Holness and his administration. I don't think much of them, because I know who they are. They are sent bunch of wannabes who pretend to be gentlemen, but when if the real mass was to be revealed, they'll know who they are.
Right. Why, Headboy, I want to thank you, man.
Isn't it coincidental that you passed Nara and the camp bound down this a week after Nara became effective?
The first very week, June 1st, right? The first very week when Anderson come. Yeah, man.
And if the JDF applies for NARA benefits, meaning they apply for a project to be given to them under NARA to refix whatever was burned down, what was General Anderson? Was he the head of the army?
Exactly.
Would he deny, as a former member of the JDF, would he deny them?
Absolutely not.
Wouldn't he even give them preferential option if they apply?
I believe so. I believe so.
So Bolo, I am going to go. I want
Yes,
to thank
my
you
brother.
for the time to talk, brother. But I really want to tell you, man, to the people, do not think highly of these people. You need to start to think of how you would think of when you have gangsters and thugs running a community. This is how these guys in government of Jamaica operate. And when you speak this way, people say you're trying to call. I'm not saying that they're gangsters. I'm not saying that they're involved in any gangs. I'm just saying they operate in manner like how gangsters operate.
Absolutely.
They don't believe that the rules are for them. They don't believe in transparency, accountability, and they don't believe that they should answer anything to the Jamaican people. And only gangsters operate that way.
I tell you,
they must respect. Go ahead, Bolo.
I tell you, it's a point well taken, for those who know history. The mafia, they were in suit and ties, and they were some of the most vicious gangsters. You understand?
Absolutely.
Even when you look at what you call it now, the financial sector, those are some vicious gangsters in suit and ties. You understand?
Especially as you always say, big farmer. Yeah?
Right, exactly.
So we have to be real and understand that these guys who operate the state of Jamaica, they don't really care. They're there for the bottom. At the end of the day, they're there for the bottom dollar. They're trying to make money, and they have no due regard or care for the state. And once they can exact their pound of flesh, then to hell with everybody else. So as I go, Bolo, I want to tell you thanks for the opportunity to share. And to your listeners to say, most importantly, make sure you like up the video. I want to say, people, this content that you're getting, I don't understand sometimes when I go and I look. I see the views are at good amount. I see 3,000 and 4,000, 5,000 views, but the likes sometimes at all 800, 600, 50, 60, depending on the views of the video. Come on, man, we can do better in liking of the video. Nobody asking you for anything wrong, they're just simply saying, do what you can do in feeding the algorithm, because you're getting good content.
Thank you so
all
much,
the best,
my
brother Bolo, and keep up the work, my brother.
Yes, sir. Headboy, thank you so much, my brother. Respect. Come on.
All the best, brother. Cool.
I tell you, man. Yes, my people, you heard it. Like right now, I have 111 when you're watching here. I only have 60 likes. I have 74 of you guys watching here, and I only have 29 likes. 57 people watching here, only 33 likes. Alright, I don't know how much likes on both of you now, but if you don't know how to hit the like button, ladies and gentlemen, say it. If you're watching from your phone, when I'm doing this virtual live like this, all you have to do is double tap the screen with your finger right in the middle of the screen. Like this. Once you double tap twice, that is it. You understand? But it does feed the algorithm for the conversations we're having here. Unless you're a liberator, you're just watching and you don't like the content, but you just want to be a monitoring spirit. I get it. But I need to find my people to attract them more over here so I can get the likes them up, because based off, like you said, it's a reality. I'm like, what is going on? You know what I mean? What is actually going on with the likes? It's free, ladies and gentlemen. It's free. It don't cost you a thing. And I want to say big shout out to my moderators. Huge shout out to my my members, my honorable members. Alright? My most honorable members on both of VNR 2.0. Alright? Salute to you guys. Appreciate y'all so much for the massive support. Let me know what you guys think in the comment section, man. Headboy was right. I wonder what else he's right about. You know what I mean? Alright, so let's get to Miss Akemi now, ladies and gentlemen. Shout out to Miss Akemi. Miss Akemi sent me a video, y'all, for all of my day ones. I'm talking about day ones. Miss Akemi sent me a video, one of my videos, that I reacted to her video. And she was like, man, Bolo, you know, really miss you. These fire, you know, reactions. And I'm like, yo, that video was such great content and it's so relevant to what is going on right now. I say, I'm coming on and I'm going to go over some of it. And I'm going to drop the link in the chat. I'm going to drop the link in the chat for people to go and check it out themselves. You know what I mean? So let me get to this, the video, ladies and gentlemen. Yeah, here it is. Got him. So let me just copy this. All right. Let me just copy this. 1 year ago. Let me see when exactly this video was made. On the exact date I published it. August 13, 2024. It's over a year ago, right? August 13, 2024. That's when I was just coming into, you know, the conversation with what is happening in Jamaica. And I was still in the sector with KB, you know what I'm saying? And looking at what was going on there. And basically, I was speaking to everybody on both sides. You know what I mean? Yeah, so. All right, so it's your brother Bolo. Woo. All right, let me just, on this one, I'm going to actually use the entire screen, so I'm going to turn off my camera. Yeah, I'm going to turn off my camera. I'm going to use the entire screen. Wait a minute. Got to turn this off too. Take off that picture. Yeah. So here we go. There we go. Miss Akemi. Shout out to Miss Akemi, man. This content was absolute fire. Absolute fire. Still relevant to right now what's going on in the sector, in the world. You know what I'm saying? It's one of those conversations that it definitely the word does not lose its substance, if you know what I mean. It's one of those conversations where the word itself, the conversation, does not lose its substance at all. And I think you guys are in for a treat. This was when I was using my green screen, you know what I'm saying? I need to get back my green screen. Since I moved to this house though, these walls with the shade that they have, my green screen don't work properly. So I need to figure it out, but I need to get back to my green screen. Well, let's listen, ladies and gentlemen, let's listen. Bolo Vietnam on the 2.0 platform, and I would usually say that this is for the sector, KB and everything, but at this point, the message which she's about to disseminate is a message that I think applies to our people everywhere in the world that they are. Somebody can draw from this, and I'm going to point out how much they can draw from it. All right, so I want you guys to really give your listening ear, pay attention to what is being said, and I'm going to add my 2 cents to make it clearer where I think it can be made clearer or reinforce what was already said so the message really hits the way it should or the way I think it should. All right, so let's get into the content. Remember to like, share, subscribe, follow me on Instagram. All of the links are on the platform, all my platforms. You can follow all of my other channels. There's links there, how to support, how to join the WhatsApp community, all of that good stuff. All right, so let's get into it, man. All right, let me speed this up just a little tat. Let's go.
Let's continue. We got Miss 504 in the house. Welcome, just showing support. I appreciate you. I appreciate you. Thank you. Thank you for being here.
Yo, when I heard this, for all of my day ones, when I heard you say we got Miss 504 in the building, I said, Lord have mercy. We have come a far way, ladies and gentlemen. For those who know, they know. Let's continue.
You know what? When it comes to family, Nothing is more important to me. It makes me teary-eyed. I want to see, and let me just sidebar for a second since we got Ms. 504 in the house. I'm looking at this sector, and I know we've been noticeably absent. I'm gonna speak for me, because some people have taken a back seat, but I'm gonna speak for me. I've taken a step back because this is not the way this is supposed to be going. And because it is such division in the sector, and a lot of us are day ones. A lot of us, we've spent a lot of time, a lot of energy building relationships, even if it's just virtual. We have built relationships on this internet.
Facts.
And all it takes is for us to lean on our own understanding. We cannot continue to lean just on our own understanding. This system is much more sophisticated than that. And what we're going through extends much further out than the Kwame Brown bus life sector.
Pretty much, this is spiritual warfare. Pretty much. All right? Way beyond. These distractions and wherever you are in the world, you know what I'm talking about. There's a lot of distractions to distract you from what's really you should be paying attention to. And she's going to go in, so I just wanted to say that.
We got real life shit that we are dealing with, y'all. We got our children, we got grandkids out here that depend on us. And a lot of us are on this platform being petty, doing tit for tat. And then there are some that are trying to stand their ground and be strong because they don't feel like they have nobody else. We have to get to a point where survival and lineage is more important than what we standing on at the moment. And a lot of times we...
Message. Oh, I'm standing on business. I'm standing on business. We're at a very, very critical stage in our human history. And I mean human history. I mean globally. I'm talking about everywhere. I don't care where you live. We at a very critical stage. So basically, you guys, a lot of you guys are fighting the battles that are set there for you to fight so you don't fight your real enemy. You don't even know who your real enemy is. You don't even understand the system that your enemy has put in place to keep you blinded, to keep you distracted. Message.
We only work with what the tools that we have. And I'm not faulting anyone for that. I'm just saying it's not enough. It's not enough. We can have all of the discernment in the world. We can have all of the high vibrational, incremental moments that come through. However, there is nothing that supersedes us being a unit collectively. Because I'm going to tell you something. This sector ain't going to mean shit when the shit hit the fan. In real life, though. Shout
out to KB. A lot of the stuff that we are arguing about on the internet and back and forth with, when it all boils down to it, reality is going to hit so hard, we're not going to even think about those stuff. It's going to be a long, long distance, man. And we're going to be in regret. That's if you even survive. But we're going to be in regret that we didn't pay attention to the ones that tried to warn us, make us aware, have us prepare for those eventualities. That's a possibility, you know, because things can change, right? And we have to prepare for the worst and hope for the best. But yeah, a lot of people is going to be like, damn, I should have listened to Mr. Akemi. I should have listened to Bolo. I should have listened to KB. I should have listened to Double Speaks. I should have listened to this person. I should have listened to Mr. Lonesome. I should have listened to Mr. Will Rattigan. I should have listened to Talking My TV. I should have listened to Hot Off the Press. I should have listened to the people in the chat that was talking some conscious Mel W. O Speaks. I should have listened to these people. Faith Keeper, what's up, my baby? How you doing, boo? That's one of my day ones. I gotta come on camera a little bit. Love you, baby. Thanks for pulling up. Hey, yeah, I want to get all the day ones in the building, man. I think we need this. This video was August 13th, 2024. I was reacting to Miss Akemi And I believe this right here is relevant to what is going on right now. This message, that's why she sent it to me earlier. I was like, man, I gotta play this. Let's listen in. Hey, share with everybody, okay? Love you too, baby. Hey, I'm proud of your daughter. You know what I'm saying? I saw that. I saw your daughter's graduation picture and stuff. Tell her I said I'm proud of her. Keep making herself and her family proud, okay? That's what's up.
I should have paid attention to the multiple signs that God was trying to show me. But it is what it is.
It ain't gonna mean a hill of beans at the end of the day. These little sidebar tit for tats. We got some real demons in this sector, y'all. And I just gotten to a point where I can't sit in it and stir in it without something in my household and something in my lineage paying the price.
Message.
I am saying what I'm saying.
Message.
And I don't dislike or hate anyone. My heart, I pray for all of us on a regular basis. And it's okay if we don't see eye to eye. It's okay if we don't agree on everything.
Man, I ain't gonna say I kneel down and pray, but I really hope y'all get it together. I really do. For the sake of yourself and your family. I really do. And I'm not saying I got it all the way together, but trust me, I'm working on it. At least I'm aware. You know? But when you're blinded and you can't see past the computer screen you're on or the number of people that's watching you and the clicks and the views and the plays, you're in a bad state, buddy, ma'am.
But what I do understand is at the end of the day, what we're dealing with in this sector is small as fuck.
Very
compared to what the powers that be
very
have
small
planned for us.
Message.
How many more ways do they have to tell us they don't want us here in existence?
Message.
How many ways do they have to tell us, thanks to COVID, and probably prior to that, but if that didn't get everybody's attention, how is it that we're reverting and going back to the same shit? Y'all, that's insanity.
Crazy.
Doing the same thing and expecting different results.
Facts.
We have bigger fish to fry.
Facts.
We have real life issues. We're in a political season that whether we participate, vote, or we don't, they are going to play with us like they have been. Nothing is going to change no matter who gets into office. That is my personal opinion.
Her personal opinion. Not saying I agree. Not saying I disagree. But, you know, hey, it's how you feel. All right? It's how you feel.
And that's how I see it. I've lived through 14 elections, presidential elections.
Now, Mr. Akemi, stop playing. You're not that old, ma'am. Sorry. We're not buying it. Look at you. You're gorgeous. Whatever.
Take one or two. I know this was 17 since the 60s. I was born in the 70s.
Mr. Akemi out here lying, man.
What?
Damn.
The 70s?
Stop playing, Mr. Akemi.
God bless you. Yes. Boy, listen.
And nothing when it comes to the Black culture and the African American has changed or benefited us as a people. And I'm in my 50s. We have got to get to a point where something is bigger.
We gotta get it together.
And I'm not minimizing doxing. I know I
want to go back to something, to my Jamaican people. The duality of these two governments that we have, you know, I would say suffering these number of years, all of my life, because I was born in it. If I'm being 100% honest, I know there's one that's really, you know, worse than the other. Listen, trust me, I'm gonna do a video about it. But you know, none of their hands are clean historically. It really is not. Some intentions are good. The point of the matter is, we need to be more dependent on ourselves, no matter what party comes into power. So we need to be in a place of strength, and the only way we can achieve that is if we unite. Unite within your families first, then unite in the community afterwards. Shout out to Miss Genesis. We really need to do that, because, like she said, what they are planning for us is not very pretty. Unity is the only way for us to be empowered to stand or withstand what is what they're planning. It's the only way. All right?
Switch subjects, but this needs to be said, and I feel compelled to say it at this point in time. I'm not minimizing the damages that have been done to those that have felt the effects of your personal life, your personal business, all things that you never anticipated being put out there, true or false, being put out into the atmosphere on this platform. However, log off.
Hey.
Move around. Take a step back, to the left, to the right, dodging whatever is coming at you, because this is all a distraction.
Message
for what's real and what's about to come down this pipe.
Yep.
Do y'all have bug out bags? Do you have a place that if a natural disaster hits and everything that you know in life as you know it is no more, again, we're going back to family. The people that you love, do y'all have a meeting place? An identifying mark to meet at?
Yo, when she said this, I said, oh my God. I didn't even think about that. My family that's here, do we have a place that we collectively know if the worst was to happen, this is where we would meet up? This is where we would gather and, the point access where we would, go to survive whatever it is that is happening? Like, that's thinking forward. Seriously. All right? That is preparing for the worst. Meanwhile, instead of on that wavelength of thinking, you're on the internet arguing back and forth about, what? Again? Think about that. Am I Jamaican people? That applies to you as well. Yeah.
Do you have a system in place that if you go to that mark, you leave a ragtag, you leave a symbol of some sort?
Salute, double.
Showing that you were there and that you will return. Because once they divide the family permanently, you can kiss everything else goodbye.
That's a fact. That's how they did us in every single war. That's how they did people in every single war. Once they divided the family, everything was cut down. There was no more resolve. The individuals had less hope. They had less fight and vigor in them, right? To resist what was being done, to fight what was being done, to overcome. The family structure is very, very important. And people on this app are too focused on things that are not necessarily what matters. All right? Truly, we need to pay attention to the message.
And everything that's going on right now is going to be in such a distant memory. You're not going to care about any of it anymore. When it's all said and done, we're all going to be in survival mode until we get past this programming that we have acquiesced to and succumbed to, all of us, including me.
Yep.
But one thing I can say about
I just dropped the link.
Fight to break up out this thing
I just dropped
until
the
I
link
have
to
no
the
more
video
breath
I'm
in me,
playing.
and then I will come back as an ancestor and empower everything I touch.
Facts.
I proclaim it
say
and I
that.
declare it.
Say that. Say that.
Right this moment.
Amen.
Play with me.
Amen.
Y'all, we playing. And the time for games is over.
Now, it's not that the time for games is over. We playing the wrong games. The people that
I just dropped the link.
control
Bolo,
a lot of the resources in this
Bolo
world,
VNR
and
clip,
just the
check that
system
out. I just
overall.
dropped the link.
They're playing a game that we are not even at the table playing. We're not. We don't even know where the room is. You understand what I'm saying? I saw this picture where they had the table and the people was under the table. Squabbles on the internet. This is why I will not be, taking too much part of those things or prolonging it. I'll just disengage. God bless you. I wish the best for you, whoever you are. I'm gonna go about my day because I understand that you aren't really my enemy. You're just distracted. You're like a mad person running around with their head
Cut
off,
off.
and you have a machine gun in your hand going that. So what I do is I understand what is happening and I move from out of that area where you are, because I don't want to catch any strays. Pretty much, you're just a walking disaster. You're a harm to yourself and everybody else because you're blind to what is going on. Right? You're not the real enemy. The real enemy is the person that made you become who you are.
Damn. Boy, hey, I'm gonna start looking up my old videos, man. God. What? Hey, Bolo, you on point, bro. Listening to myself, I'm like, wait a minute. This dude is onto something. Sheesh. That analogy was on point. You like a headless person with a machine gun going rat-tat-tat-tat-tat, spraying the whole place, hurting people because you ain't got no brain. And somebody cut off your head and set you on automatic to be doing that. So you're a destruction to yourself and also the persons around you. So what is the best course of action? Move away. Stop engaging. Message.
Blinded you. That's the right. You're not the real enemy.
What's going on?
What's going on? Become who you are.
Appreciate you, bro.
Blinded you.
Matthew, salute.
That's the real enemy.
I wasn't seeing the comments. The comments
That's
was
who
frozen.
I am
I'm sorry.
Doing my little bit on this internet to combat, because the battle is the mind.
Mm-hmm.
It's getting people to think.
Right.
Trying to open people's mind to the elephant that's right in front of them that they can't see.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. That's why I'm doing this.
Mm-hmm.
But there's limitations to what I can say. So I have to speak in code, and you have to read between the lines. But you have to listen. Gotta pay attention. Because they're showing you, but for whatever reason, you're still asleep.
Now, whether this resonates or it doesn't, the telling factor will be what you gonna do.
Hey, Meek.
How you gonna move from here going forward? What you gonna do for your family?
And for the family that's here from this sector, I encourage you to go and watch Miss Akemi's live that she just did. This is just a part of it. Go watch it in full. The link is in the description, all right? And for those that is watching the upload, the link will also be in the description. So I encourage you to go and subscribe to her page and watch the video that I'm reacting to in full. There were so many gems that were dropped, but I'm just reacting to this small portion, and you guys can go watch the rest of it. I strongly suggest that you do, and tell her that I sent you.
For your lineage, with your wisdom, how to share your testimony and prevent others from traveling the same road that you've gone.
Exactly.
To make their load lighter so that they can focus on more prevalent issues at hand. Because I'm telling you right now, no matter who gets elected, we in trouble if we don't learn how to unite and to get past our differences. We in trouble. All of this shit ain't gonna mean a hill of beans, but a check on the 21st. And from what I'm understanding, unless you a slave to this platform, this is for entertainment purposes only, YouTube?
Entertainment purposes.
You really ain't making the money that you deserve to make.
Entertainment purposes, yeah.
So, with that being said,
Oh.
I know.
Oh, that was a message to me, because Lord have mercy, from what I learned about me just being in Jamaica and how I'm pretty much crippled and how I can earn, although I'm monetized. Yeah, that was definitely hit me. When she said that, I said, oh yeah. But we're not complaining, we shall move forward.
Y'all, but I just had to say it. It's been on my heart. I've been sitting back and watching it, and it's been disconcerting to me, because when you have, when you're watching the news, like, even though I'm not real big in the news, but I have my own sources of news that I look into, that I go into, that kind of thing. Whew. I go into prayer, meditation, y'all. I swear I do, because I be like, Lord, this is a spiritual war. This is not a physical or tangible war. And there is so much. And most of us, honestly, y'all, we don't know. We're not tapped in enough to know what's coming down the pipe. All we can do is work with what we've got.
Message.
And a lot of us, if not all of us, we got somebody looking up to us, depending on us to pave the way, to provide protection, to give wisdom, to give some understanding, to give some reassurance in these times. Because let me tell you something, ain't nothing worse than being a child and you ain't got no hope.
Man.
Where do you think these children get their hope from?
What?
Where do you think they get it from?
Their parents?
The news ain't gonna give it to them. Social media ain't gonna give it to them. people that don't give a shit about it ain't gonna give it to them.
All doom and gloom.
Where they gonna get it from?
Mm-hmm.
And if we too busy infighting, and if we too busy worrying about shit, don't mean a hell of beans at the end of the day when it's all said and done in the real life.
Thank you.
Real life.
Where does that leave our children, our grandchildren, our nieces, our nephews? Where does it leave them?
Yeah, I mean, the people that got grandkids, the people that got kids, I don't care how old they are. How do y'all find time to do all the stuff you do on the internet? Y'all ain't got nieces and nephews? There's nothing else you could be doing than arguing with somebody else on this platform. Somebody that truly doesn't have that much pull on your, and I'm speaking to myself. I've fallen short a couple times. I ain't gonna lie. I had to catch myself. I'm like, dude, what are you doing? You shouldn't even be up here.
Facts.
Why are you having an argument with this person?
Yo.
How like, you know what I'm saying? Seriously.
Hey, yo, listen, man. That's for real. I be like asking myself, bro, what are you doing? I be listening back like, why are you arguing with this person? Why are you allowing this person to get under your skin? Bro, log off. I be telling myself like, bro, this is not productive. You heard? I be telling myself that. Real talk. That's
like what really matters, what really moves the needle.
Mm-hmm.
Y'all got families, man.
Mm-hmm.
Have you sat down with your? Have you been helping to prepare your people for some of the possibilities that may be coming down the pipeline?
Mm-hmm.
And don't tell me that you ain't seeing it. I mean, shoot. I mean, damn, the conversation's been going on for years and years. You know, they've been putting the ideas in our minds. So, what is your excuse for not paying attention? Jamaicans, I don't care where you are. This all applies. Remember, there is a global effort. There is a global agenda.
Facts, bro.
All right? So, just read between the lines.
Facts, bro. Come on, man. Only the
Drama
real ones
and
is
bullshit
right
is what
here.
sells.
Only the
It is
real
what's
ones is here
profitable.
listening right now.
It is what attracts
not
the
the
numbers. I get it.
Hey,
I challenge that.
I'm gonna play that back. But this right here, ladies and gentlemen, for the persons that are sticking around to hear this message, y'all are the real ones. And y'all the creme de la creme. You understand what I'm saying? Because when certain truth is being spoken, a lot of people don't want to hear it. Because it's speaking to their soul, and they trying to block off that voice because they just want to do what they want to do. Man, I ain't got time for that. That type of attitude, you know what I'm saying? So for those of you that are receptive and still listening, y'all the creme de la creme, you heard? Let's continue.
Sales. It is what is profitable. It is what attracts the numbers.
Mm-hmm.
I get it.
Calligraphy, big up.
I challenge that. Double Speaks challenges that. Miss Genesis challenges that. And that's why I wish success for all the positive people on this platform, myself included. Because I'm going to prove that you don't need beef to actually, do well on this platform.
Hey, where my day ones at? Haven't I done that, y'all? I told y'all, I made a commitment. I am going to prove that you don't need beef to be successful on YouTube. I haven't even scratched the surface. And I ain't got no beef with nobody. I've not even scratched the surface. I made a commitment from them. Like, man, listen, I'm going in a whole different direction, bro. I'm going in a whole different... This is not for me. I'm sorry. That's why, you know what I'm saying, I go back and I'm like, listen, I'm good. Everybody, hey, man, we good. I got the white flag. I ain't got no problems with nobody. If I didn't have a problem with you before, we ain't got no problems. If we had a problem, it's still a problem. But it's not even that deep because you're not in my space. I'm not thinking about you. You know what I'm saying? I still wish you the best. I hope that you change your life or whatever. If you know what I'm saying. And yeah, that's it. But that's it. You know what I mean? That's about it. I ain't got time for the bull, man. I ain't got time for that. I told you guys, my day ones, you know, I said this. I'm going to show you that I could do this without beef. Isn't that what I did? Man, I didn't even remember this reaction, man. Shout out to Mr. Akemi, man. Shout out to Mr. Akemi.
Other examples of it there, but Mr. Akemi said, you know, when I was up there on the platform, he said, you inspire people. I said, you know, I just received it, but yeah, I want to inspire much more. So, yeah. Yeah, the best success is winning. We gonna win. Trust me. We gonna win.
I get it. I've been a participant. And if I haven't typed in the chats, I've been in the bushes. But I'm also at a crossroads. And I'm tired of it because I'm aware and my spirit won't let me rest. Because it's not in the place it needs to be.
At some point, you gotta grow up. At some point, you got to grow up. You heard? You gotta grow up at some point. Real talk, bro. Real talk.
Like right now, I'm looking
I know
at the
that's
camera, I'm
right.
looking at my numbers. But every blue moon, I look at my numbers. And it will remind me we in a beef sector.
Man, listen. It's Akemi, trust me. Trust me. You know I know. Shout out to Meet Melly Mel. Yeah, at some point you gotta choose quality or quantity first. And I believe you can achieve quantity as long as you focus enough on quality. The quantity will come. Like Miss Genesis always tell me, you know, whoever the message is supposed to reach is going to reach.
Exactly.
Right? So yeah, the numbers, you know, it is what it is. But trust me, I want to encourage everybody out there. I know even in music, like you're an artist and you put out music and you put out positive music and nobody, you know, it doesn't get that level of success. And no disrespect to what I'm about to say, a level like Vibes Cartel, right? Tommy Lee and these people, you don't get that level of success. And you tend to want to change that quality, that positive that you're actually doing. But I want to encourage you to stand on the quality and the good message that you are actually putting out there. Because you see, men can reward you, but when the universe and God does, it's on a whole nother level. Men only have a small portion of unlimited supply of support. I'll say that again. Mankind has a small portion of unlimited supply of support. God has the unlimited supply of support. So be encouraged to actually do positive things because we're at a very important time in our history as human beings where you have to pick a side. There's no towing the line anymore. There's no, you know, I'm cool with everything. You gotta have a line. And what they're gonna do is they're going to use slick words like, oh, you're discriminating and this and that. But my brothers and sisters that, you know, you believe in the principles of God, you gotta stand on business. It's not gangsters alone that stand on business. Women and men of God gotta stand on business too. And I'm not talking about you being in no church or you know what I'm saying? I'm talking about you deep within the core of your being, know that this is wrong. Know that something is wrong, and you gotta stand on business. You gotta stand up because you gotta look yourself in the mirror at the end of the day, man. Gotta look yourself in the mirror. But I went off on a tangent, but let's continue.
And you know what? It's not as easy to break out of as I thought it was. I can be transparent. I'm gonna be honest.
Damn sure.
Because it's real life. It's my story.
Yes, ma'am.
My story.
But my spirit, thank God, is not the derivative of my own thoughts and understanding. My spirit is connected with God. And it's my barometer. It is my barometer of what's right, what's just, and if I'm in the right place or not. And if I'm not in the right place, I'm gonna tweak that thing until my spirit is back at rest. I know what it's like for my spirit to be at rest. And once you get a taste of that, You're gonna be looking for it.
That peace.
You're gonna be dependent on it.
Mm-hmm.
You're gonna thrive off of it.
Do you sleep good at night?
And that's my goal.
No, I don't sleep a lot, but when I sleep good. I don't have things on my conscience. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, yeah, I'm you know how your conscience eats at you. You know what I'm saying? Like, nobody is perfect, but I am in a good place. Thank you, Lord. I'm in a good place. Fast, pray, drink water, eat fresh vegetables, fruits, whenever possible. Stay away from dairy, sugar, soy, wheat. This is not nutritional advice. I was just reading a comment. If that works for you, hey, all power to you. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to Miss Genesis. God is good all the. Shout out to Miss Genesis. Yo, shout out to Miss Akemi, man. I really wish she was here. I sent her the video. I sent her the link. I really wish she was here. I would start a StreamYard just for you guys to see Miss Akemi. You heard? Real talk. But shout out to Miss Akemi. Let me try calling her. Let me see if she's available. I'll be doing these spontaneous things. You heard? I want to go on Instagram and try calling her. You guys will be able to hear her if I call her on Instagram, you know? She's a busy woman, you know what I'm saying? She might be busy sleeping, who knows? You know what I mean? But I'm gonna try calling, see if she's available. Try calling. I went through that already, man, about the blackout. I went through the whole blackout thing already. You have to watch the replay, the full replay. Alright, Miss Akemi doesn't seem to be available. Let me try calling her. I don't know if she still got this. I don't know if she still got this. Let me see. Maybe she's not on it anymore. Let me try find her on the phone. Maybe I can find her on the phone. Try finding her on the phone. I really appreciate the support this evening. I ain't gonna lie, y'all, you know. I appreciate it. I like the likes them looking good. The likes are looking good, guys. Appreciate it. Oh no, she jumped off of this. Alright. She's not on that, so the only way I can call her is through that. But hey man, I'm a bounce, ladies and gentlemen. I've been on for 2.5 hours. It's not a long time, but I'll be back later on. I won't be back on all of my platforms. Nah, I ain't gonna promise you that. But for those that are watching, you can check me out later on Bolo VNR 2.0. Alright? Bolo VNR 2.0. So make sure you guys subscribe to all of my platforms so you would be able to watch. And for that video that I just played a while ago, I'm gonna drop the link in the chat I just did for Bolo VNR. Alright, so see you guys later on Bolo VNR. Check that video out. Alright, watch it in full. Appreciate y'all. For the persons on Bolo VNR, clips on Bolo TBV and Bolo VNR 2.0. Let me drop the link in there for you. This is Bolo VNR. Let me get the Bolo VNR clips.
How that? Talk your mind. Talk your mind, I burn them, you know. Mm-hmm. How about that? No, man, exempt.
No, they feel safe with their money.
They feel safe with their money, they can't stay there. Hey, Bolo VNR clips, I just dropped the link for you. That's the video. Alright, appreciate you guys. See you later. On Bolo VNR.